Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. This is Robert from RGL 518 welcoming you to another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. This is the 1985 one and gone. This is semifinal game number 24. Today it's the number 3 New York Mets taking on the number 2 Toronto Blue Jays at Exhibition Stadium. It's my Mets against the Blue Jays. The winner here will play the Cincinnati Reds in the championship game tomorrow. As we now wind down this 1985 one and gone. It has been a great tournament. Very pleased with the outcome. Some great baseball games. And now I think we got a good one here today, too, at Exhibition Stadium. So for those of you who are ready, as Bears Den is first through the turnstiles here at Exhibition Stadium, so you make sure that everybody, of course, gets the food and the drink for the game. The Mets were 98 and 64 and 85. They were a heck of a team. The Blue Jays, maybe the best team, really maybe the best team in baseball at 99 and 62, although they did not make it to the World Series as the Kansas City Royals did that and beat the St. Louis Cardinals in a best-of-7 in one of the better World Series at that time. Remember also in 1985 was also the first year that the American League and National League Championship Series went 7 games. It became a best-of-7 in 85. It was a best-of-5 from all the way up to 1984, and they added an extra game, mostly for money reasons, possibly. We're going to have a heck of a game today. I think we got 2 very good pitchers on the mound, and this should be fun. Starting pitcher for the 1985 Toronto Blue Jays will be Doyle Alexander. He was 17 and 10 with a 3.45 ERA. And he is ready to go. We are at the American League ballpark. The DH rule is in effect. Leading off for the New York Mets, center fielder Mookie Wilson. He gets the call here to start this game. Semifinal game number 2. Winner plays the Reds tomorrow, and that should be a lot of fun. I know I'll have lots of Reds fans to see if the Reds can clinch a one-and-gone title. Pitch from Alexander, we get to go. 3-6, that's a blank. Wilson gets the swing. 2-2, and he leads off with a base hit to left field. It's a single. Single to left field, and Wilson will go to first. Good start for the Mets. Here is second baseman Wally Backman. We are, of course, rolling a strat. Strat roll says a 17. A bunt attempt is available. Let's see. Do I want to play small ball here? Or do I want Backman to bat? I'm going to let him bunt. Infield is halfway, so I'm going to let Backman bunt on this play. So the first thing we do is we check to see what Alexander's pitch is, and that is a 2-2. That is a possible error. So now we roll for the bunt. We roll for the bunt first, and that is a bunted at the plate. That's a 6. And with Backman's bunt rating is a 5. The catcher is not in, so it's a normal 5. That's going to be a successful sacrifice bunt. But now we got to see if he makes an error. So Witt's error rating is a 10. And he does make the play. That's going to be an error. And he's going to throw that ball away, and it's going to be runners at first and second. An error on Ernie Witt commits an error on a bunt, and that's going to be an E2. That is a definite error on the bunt. Grounded at the plate, and the throw is going to be wide, and the Mets are going to start with runners at first and second. So that is a big error on Witt. So the Mets are off to a good start, and they'll be wanting more money. That's unheard of. So runners at first and second. Here is the first baseman, Keith Hernandez. I got to check something out. Hold on one second. There's something I got to check something. Hold a minute. Something I want to look at. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that's just going to be a one base error. So that's just a one base error on Witt. So the Blue Jays already have their first error of the game. And here's Fernandez. Infield is still halfway. Strat rolls as a 20. Alexander tries to pick off Wilson. And that is a 20, and he does not. Actually didn't even have to roll. Alexander has no pickoff rating. But we rolled it anyway. A bunt for Davy Johnson's Mets. I know, right? Runners at first and second. Alexander with the pitch. 5-3, range play at the park. Exhibition Stadium, 2-5. That's a star 5. The ball is hit to shortstop. It's a grounder to short. And that is Fernandez. His range is a 3, but with the infield halfway, it becomes a 2. And that's a 6. It's going to get by him. It's going to be a base hit. So that becomes a single 6. Mookie Wilson with a base running of 5 on a single 6 to get to home. He will definitely make it there, so he will score. Backman's base running rating is a 4. Needs to be a 5 in order to get to third. It is not. He will stop at second. And just like that, the Mets jump out to a 1-0 lead on a base hit by Hernandez. They're going to go talk to Alexander a little bit, calm him down. The batter now is the catcher, Gary Carter. Still rolling a strat, and that is a 15. There's no play. Alexander will pitch, and that's a 2-4 strikeout chance, and the 3 does get Carter. Struck him out. First strikeout for Alexander. He had 142 of them in 85. Next batter for the Mets is right fielder Darryl Strawberry. Infield still halfway. That's a 5. Backman's, let's see, 6 minus 1 is a 4. Divided by 2 to get the third is a 2. No play. So Alexander will pitch. 1-6, that's a blank. Can Strawberry come through with a hit? 2-3, no. It's a fly ball to left field. Fly ball to left end. Backman will have to stay at second. Two down. And the batter now is George Foster. Usually plays left field, but he is the designated hitter for this game. Strat roll says a 1. Backman wants to steal 30. Can. That definitely makes him a steal attempt. But with Foster batting, he's not going to go. So 2 outs. He'll stay right where he's at. He will probably score on a base hit. So Alexander with the pitch. 3-4. Wild pitch. And that is a 7. And he throws it to the backstop. Oh, Alexander off to a tough start. And he throws it away to the backstop. That's a 7. Definite wild pitch. And the runners advance. The fans here at Exhibition Stadium not happy so far. And now they'll do it again. Alexander again. There's no strat roll. There's no play on a strat roll, so Alexander will do it again. Infield is normal. Pitch from Alexander, 2-3. That's a blank. Can Foster come through with a hit? 1-1. Yes, it's a single past shortstop. That is a base hit for Foster. Backman definitely scores from third base. Hernandez's base running rating is a 3, plus 1 is a 4, and a 4, and in order a single to short, a single past shortstop needs to be a 3. Hernandez will score from second. Foster comes through with a big hit, 2 RBI single. Red Mets out in front, 3-0. Stadium groans. Ugh. Dave Gardner joins us here at Exhibition Stadium. Welcome here, sir. And again, I would like to say it was an honor to be with you guys last night. I had an absolute blast. Anytime you need me to do that, I am all ears for it. Foster, and for those of you who don't know, Dave Gardner, our Red Sox fan, Uncle Ron Juckett, and myself did a 3-hour stream together with a great chat. Had everybody in there. It was an absolute blast. I'm glad. If you guys did not, for those of you who are watching my stream tonight and did not see that, please watch it. It was a lot of fun. Foster on it first. Johnson is the batter now. He is at third base for the game. we will roll a strat. That is a 20, but Alexander has no pickoff. So the pitch from Alexander, 1-3 against a lefty. That's a blank because Johnson hitting from the left side. Johnson swings 3-4. It's a fly out to center, and that will end the inning. The Mets start the game off with 3 runs on 3 hits and 1 error. The Mets are up 3-0 here as we go to the bottom of the first. But we got a long way to go, as we all know how my games of inside pitch and payoff pitch go. Bottom of the first inning, starting pitcher for the 1985 New York Mets will be Sid Fernandez. He was 9-9 with a 2.80 ERA. Leading off for the Blue Jays, second baseman Damaso Garcia. This Blue Jays team is not going to go away. It's also the first time my Mets have led in the game early. They always started from behind, but came back later. Pitch from Fernandez. That is a 6-4. Strikeout plus 10. That's an 18. That is going to be too high. Garcia gets the swing, and that is a 3-4. That's a star 5. It's a fly out to center field, and that is 1 down. Fernandez has the special K ratings on his card, so I gotta be watchful for that. And yes, it does make a difference. Center fielder Lloyd Mosby is the batter. Fernandez with the pitch, 1-4, strikeout chance. 6 will get Mosby. He gets him on that one. Strikeout number 1 for Fernandez. He had 180 of them in 85. Next up, third baseman Garth Orge. Fernandez with the pitch. 3-4. That's a range play at the park. Exhibition Stadium says 6-2. That's a ground ball to second. And the ball is hit to Backman. His range is a 3. Backman can't get it. That's going to get by him for a base hit. Or just safe at first on a single. Tough play for Backman. And now the batter is left fielder George Bell. Definitely an underrated player for the Blue Jays. I always thought he was a very, very excellent player the Blue Jays had in their franchise. 2 outs. Rolling for Strat. That's a 16. No play. Infield is normal. Pitch from Fernandez. 5-2. Strikeout chance. 10 is too high. Exhibition Stadium only subtracts 1s from walks. Bell will swing 5-2. That's a star 2. It's a fly ball. It's a fly ball to left field. It's a fly ball to left field. A special K on a righty is a 1-5. That is a 6. That will be a fly out to left. And the inning is over. No runs and hits for the Jays. It is 3-0 in favor of the Mets. Top of the second inning. Let's see here. How many seasons of inside pitch do I have? I have them, almost all of them. I'm waiting on 2014. I'll get that one tomorrow. I'll be ordering 2015 tomorrow as well. I'll have them all. I will have all the inside pitch seasons. And will do a great teams tournament? Maybe. But that's maybe. Possibly. I don't know. We will see. I'm having too much fun with one and gones, and I would like to have inside pitch do a full season like I do with payoff pitch. Top of the second, Alexander will be pitching to the shortstop, Rafael Santana. Pitch from Alexander, 4-1. That's at the park. Exhibition Stadium, 5-6. That's a fly ball center field, out number 1. Since we're at the American League ballpark, George Foster usually plays in left field, but he's the DH. I'm using Danny Heat for left fielder for the Mets. He has a little better fielding ability. Pitch from Alexander, 1-3. That against the lefty, that's a blank. Heat will swing 6-3, fly ball left field. And that's out number 2. Top of the order for Mookie Wilson. See if Alexander's calmed down a bit. 3-2, that's a blank. Wilson gets the swing. 6-3, that's a fly ball to left. And the inning is over. A good inning for Alexander. After giving up 3 quick runs, he gets a 3 straight 1-2-3 for the Blue Jays. We go to the bottom of the second. Here's the Blue Jay designated hitter, and that is Rance Mulliniks. Mulliniks gets the call at DH. The winner of this game will host the championship game tomorrow. It'll either be, since the Reds were the number 8 seed, the Blue Jays are the number 2, and the Mets are the 3. So it will be hosted either at Shea or here at Exhibition Stadium. Pitch from Fernandez. That's a 1-6 wild pitch, ball 1. We'll do it again. Pitch from Fernandez again, 1-4. That's a strikeout chance. That 7 gets Mulliniks. Struck him out. And that's strikeout number 2 for Fernandez, out number 1. Here's Willie Upshaw. He is at first base for the Blue Jays today. Fernandez with the pitch, 6-6. That's a walk chance. The 15 is going to be too high. Upshaw gets the swing, 4-4, and he slams a double off the center field wall. That's going to be a big 2-bagger for Upshaw. Upshaw, good hitter, gets a double. He will hold at second. The batter now is the catcher, Ernie Witt, made a key error on a bunt attempt, which removed an out. And the Mets took advantage of that and scored 3 runs. But now we'll see if Witt can try to make up for it. Strat roll says a 2. Upshaw, 2 + 1 is a 3. Divided by 2 is 1.5. There's no hit and run with runner on second base, so Witt will hit normally. Pitch from Fernandez, 4-5 against the lefty. It's a blank. Witt, 5-6. That's a fly ball to right field. However, against the lefty, a 1-6 turns into a strikeout, and that is a 3. And Fernandez instead struck him out. Strikeout number 3. That's what the special K means on an out from the batter card. All right, that is not a range play or anything like that. All right, if it's a straight out from the batter card, on these kind of pitchers, if a special K reading falls within this 2 on the 20, it becomes that play. So that is a strikeout. And that was Chris Davis's way of giving some pitchers extra strikeouts when they had a lot of strikeouts that year. 2 outs. Here is Jesse Barfield. He is in right field. Very good ball player. Very good fielder. Upshaw still on at second. And that is a 17. There's no play. Fernandez will pitch. 5-6. Possible error on a grounder. Barfield swings 4-2. That is a ball hit to left field. And that is hit to Danny Heap. But first we got to see what it is. It's a ball hit to left field, and against the lefty, that's an 18, and that is going to be a ball hit to left. And first of all, now it's going to become a fly out to left since the 18 is higher than the 17, and Danny Heap's error rating is a 5. So I got to re-roll to see if he makes an error. And he does not. That's a ball hit to left. Heap makes the catch, and the inning is over. And I don't roll to see if it's a special K because it's in the hit column roll. Fly out to left, and the hit doesn't do anything. No runs and a hit for the Blue Jays. Still 3-0 in favor of the Mets. We go to the top of the third. Here's Backman. Backman reached on an error his last time up on a bunt attempt. Pitch from Alexander. That's a 2-2. That's another possible error. Backman swings 2-5. That's a star 5. It's a ground ball to short. The ball is hit to Fernandez. His error rating is a 10. That's a 3. But Fernandez is going to throw the ball wide of the bag. And for the second time in the game, Backman reaches on an error. This time it's an E6. Second error on the Blue Jays. Another error allows Backman to reach. Fernandez threw that ball wide of the bag. It was just a ground ball, so that's just a one-base error. Here's Keith Hernandez. Infield halfway. Strat roll says a 7. Possible hit and run for Hernandez is on. 6 minus 1 is a 5. Let's see. Possible hit and run. I'm up by 3 runs. Mets are up by 3 runs. Why not? Hit and run is on. Alexander's pitch, 1-4. That's at the park. Exhibition Stadium, 5-1. That is a rare play. Oh boy, rare play coming up, which means the hit and run is now taken off. And we go to rare plays with men on base. So let's see what we got on a blank. And that is a 4-3. Grounder to third base, who throws in the dirt, making the first baseman scoop the ball. Resolve play using a range play check for the first baseman to see if he scoops it. Otherwise, E5. So the ball is at the third, who throws in the dirt, making the first baseman scoop the ball. So we got to check a range play for first baseman. That is Upshaw. His range is a 4, but the infield is halfway, so it's a 3. He does not make the play, and that's going to be an E5. That's a one-base error. An E5 as the ball was hit to Orge, and he threw, and couldn't make the play on it, and it's an E5. Another error on the Blue Jays allows runners to advance one base. Wow, Toronto having a hard time today. Still now runners at first and second with nobody out. The batter is Carter. Man, Mets are getting all the rolls today. The Blue Jays are not. That is the third error on the Jays. Second error in this inning. Here's Carter. Are we rolling a strat? And that is a 17. No play. Remember, rare plays cancel everything out, and you just go by the rare play design. Pitch from Alexander. 4-5 against the righty. That's a strikeout chance. 18 is too high. Carter gets the swing. 1-4, popped it up to short. And that's out number 1 as Carter pops up. Infield fly rule, 1 out. And here's Strawberry. Rolling a strat. That's a 17, no play. Alexander looking at his infield saying, come on, guys, can you make a play? 1 out, infield halfway. Alexander's pitch. 6-6 at the blank. Strawberry gets the swing. 3-4, it's a star 2, and he flies out to right. Wally Backman's base running rating is a 4. In order for him to get to third, he needs to have a 1 on the 6th die. And that is a 6. He does not. He holds. And he holds. And because the white die is not a 6, he's not thrown out. So he's only on a 6-6. He's thrown out going to third. So he holds at second. 2 outs. But the infield is now back to normal. And now it's up to George Foster. Can the Blue Jays get out of this inning? Rolling a strat. Strat roll says a 16, no play. Alexander with the pitch. That's a 2-1 hit by pitch, and that's going to be too high. 3 + 2 is 5, the 10 on the dice. Foster does get to swing. Here's the pitch to Foster. 2-3, and he flies out to center field, and the errors on the Blue Jays do not hurt him. And that is a big missed opportunity for the Mets. No runs, no hits, 2 errors. It stays 3-0. The errors do not hurt the Blue Jays in this inning. Bottom of the third inning, shortstop Tony Fernandez will bat against, it's Fernandez versus Fernandez. El Cid with the pitch, 6-1. That's a walk chance. That 4 is good. He'll walk Fernandez, and he goes to first. Leadoff walk by Tony Fernandez, and now here's Damaso Garcia, infield halfway. Rolling a Strat. Strat roll says 17. No play. Fernandez will pitch. That's a 3-6 against a righty. That's a blank. Garcia gets to swing 4-1, and against the lefty, it's a ground ball to third. Garcia's double play rating 3. Fernandez +1 is 4. Infield +1 is 5. The second baseman is Pivot Backman. He has no adjustment. A 1-5, they turn it. And they don't. Of course, they roll a 6. So Fernandez gets to second base. Garcia is thrown out at first. Of course. My Mets need a 1-5, and I roll a 6. Of course. 1 out. Fernandez goes to second base. The batter is Mosby. Infield goes back to normal. Checking on a Strat. Strat roll says an 8. There's no play. Fernandez will pitch. And that's a 6-1. That's a walk chance. The 19 is too high. Mosby gets to swing 4-1. It's a ball hit to center field. That is a 12. It is higher than 7 on the left field column, and that's just going to be a fly out to center. Fernandez's base running rating is a 1. On a 1 on the die, he'll move to third. 6-6 roll, he's out. And he holds at second. 2 outs. And here's Orge. Garth Orge got a base hit his last time up. He's 1 for 1. Infield is normal. Strat roll says 14. No play. Fernandez will pitch. 4-4. Strikeout chance. 8 is too high. But Orge will go ahead and swing. 3-4. And that's going to be a single into center field for a base hit. Fernandez's base running rating is a 4. +1 is 5. A single to center, you add 2, which makes it a 7. Wilson has a +1. It's an 8. There's not going to be a throw. Fernandez will come around and score. Orge has his second hit of the game. It's now 3-1. How big is not turning that double play now? Here's George Bell. Orge on it first. Strat roll says a 1. Orge, let's see, 2 + 1 is a steal attempt is there, but Orge's stolen base rating is a 7. It would be an 8. You're not going to run with Bell at the plate, so I'll call off the steal, and I'll let Bell hit. Pitch from Fernandez, 1-5 against a righty. That's a blank. Bell gets to swing, 2-6. It's a ground ball to third. The throw goes to second to get Orge, and the inning is over. 1 run for the Blue Jays on 1 hit and a walk. At the end of 3, 3-1 Mets. Actually, I said, what is that? That's a 5, right? It's a ground ball to third. Bell was a right-hander. I'm sorry, that's a strikeout instead. Struck him out. That's strikeout number 4. Got to check that roll because of the special Ks. That's a strikeout instead, but still struck him out. Still the final out of the inning. Strikeout number 4 for Fernandez, and at the end of 3, still 3-1. We go to the top of the 4th. Leading off for the Mets will be Johnson against Alexander. Johnson is 0 for 1. Winner here plays the Reds. Will host the Reds, actually. 5-3 from Alexander. Range play at the park. Exhibition Stadium, 4-4. That's a ground ball to short. The ball is hit to Fernandez. His range is a 3. He can't make it. Base hit. Johnson hits it right over his head, and that's a base hit for Johnson. That's his first hit of the game. Grounder to short becomes a single to short. And here's Rafael Santana, infield halfway by the Jays. That is a 5. No play. Alexander will pitch to Santana. Pitch from Alexander, 2-2. Possible error. Santana swings 5-4 against the righty. That is a ground ball to short. The ball is hit to Fernandez. His error rating is a 10. That's a 9. It's going to be an error on Fernandez. That's a ground ball error, so it's only a 1 base error, and they try to get it, and he throws to second to try to turn 2, but he takes Garcia off the bag. No play at first. That is the 4th error on the Blue Jays. And the 2nd error on Fernandez. Wow. Doyle Alexander can't believe that was that double play written all over it, but Fernandez couldn't make the play. The Mets are getting breaks, but they got to score runs. 4 errors on the Jays, and that ties an inside pitch record that I have. I have not ever had a 5-error game yet on any team yet. Here's Danny Heap. Infield is still halfway. Nobody out. Strat roll says a 13. There's no play. Alexander will pitch. And that is a 4-3. That's a strikeout chance. And against a righty, that's a 6. That's a 7. It's too high. Heap does not strike out. He swings. Can he get a hit? 4-4. No, it's a fly ball to left field. And that is out number 1. On a fly out to left, Johnson stays at second. Batter now is Wilson. Wilson is 1 for 2. Infield still halfway. Strat roll says a 9, no play. Alexander will pitch to Wilson. That's a 2-3. It's a blank. Can Wilson come through with a hit? 4-3. No, it's a ground ball to Alexander. Wilson's double play rating is a 3. Alexander's got none, but because the ball is hit to the pitcher, it's an automatic +1 because the pitcher is automatically considered in. So that is a 3 + 1 is a 4. Halfway is a 5. Wilson's hitting from the left side. So the shortstop is the pivot man, which is Fernandez, and he adds 1. It's a 6. It's an automatic 1-6-3 double play inning over. No runs, a hit, and 1 error, and again the Mets cannot take advantage of the errors in this one. It still stays 3-1. Fans here at Exhibition Stadium know their Jays should probably getting blown out right now. But the pitching from Alexander is keeping them in it. Bottom of the 4th. Rance Mullenix comes in for Toronto. Fernandez with the pitch. 2-1. Range play. Mullenix swings 2-6. Single to third base. The ball is hit to Johnson. His range is a 1. Does he take a single away? No, he does not. That'll be a base hit. Mullenix gone to first. Leadoff hit for Mullenix as Johnson couldn't make the play at third. Here's Willie Upshaw. Infield halfway. Strat roll says a 9. There's no play. Fernandez will pitch. That's a 6-4. Strikeout +10. Against the lefty, that's a 15. 19 is too high. Upshaw avoids the strikeout, at least on that one. He will hit 5-3, and that is a star 3, and it's a fly out to center field. And that's the first out. Here's Ernie Witt. Pitch. First strat roll 9, no play. Fernandez will go ahead and pitch it. Pitch from Fernandez, 2-6. That's a walk +10, and that 9 will be good. Runners at first and second for Toronto. And the batter is Jesse Barfield. They're going to go talk to Fernandez. Infield still stays halfway, looking for two. Tying run is on. Fans here at Exhibition Stadium are on their feet. Strat roll. Wrong die. Strat roll says in 16, no play. Fernandez will pitch. 2-5. That's at the ballpark. Exhibition Stadium, 5-5. It's a fly ball to right field. And that's going to be caught by Doyle. It's a fly ball to right. Mullinix's base running rating is a 2. On a 1-2, he moves to third. 6-6, he's out. And he does. Mullinix does go to third base. But there are now 2 outs. And now a chance for Tony Fernandez. Fernandez has committed 2 errors in this game. And he wants to make up for it. Runners at the corners. Infield is normal. Strat roll says a 1. Mullinix is not doing anything. Witt is not going to try to steal. No hit and run. Fernandez will go ahead and bat. Sid Fernandez pitches. That's a 3-3. Possible error. Fernandez swings. 4-4. That's a star 3. The ball is hit to center field. And that ball is hit to Wilson. His error rating is a 15. But that's a 20. He will make the catch. And the inning is over. Fernandez hits a fly out to center field. Wilson makes the catch. And the Mets get out of the jam. At the end of 4, still 3-1 in favor of the Mets. We go to the top of the 5th. Doyle Alexander is still pretty strong. The Blue Jays may be down 3-1, but they're really not losing because of Alexander's fault. They're just not making plays. They've had 4 errors in this game. Wally Backman leads off for the Mets in the top of the 5th. Backman has reached base via an error twice. He bunted and there was an error, and then he swung and got on base on an error. So Backman is 0 for 0. Alexander's pitch, 5-5. That's a straight home run check. Backman against the righty is a 1. That's a 17. It's a blank. Backman swings, 3-1, and it's a fly out to center. It's a long drive to center field, but Mosby makes the catch, out number 1. Here's Keith Hernandez, who should be in the Hall of Fame. 1 out. Pitch from Alexander. 4-4. Strikeout chance, 10 too high. Hernandez will swing. 6-5. That's a single into left field. Base hit. Hernandez will go to first, and that is his second hit of the game and the third time he's been on base. Hernandez is 2 for 2, and he reached on an error. And now a chance for Gary Carter, infield halfway by the Jays. Checking a strat roll, says a 20, no play. Alexander does not have a pickoff rating. Pitch from Alexander. And that's a 6-5. It's a strikeout chance. The 8 is too high on Carter. Carter gets the swing. It's a 3-6. It's a star 5. It's a ground ball to short. Carter's double play rating 3 plus 1 is halfway 4. Second baseman Garcia, no adjustment. A 1-4, they turn it, and they do. Shortstop to second to first. Double play, inning over. No runs and a hit for the Mets. Halfway through this game, 3-1 in favor of the New Yorkers. I was not able to play my payoff pitch game last night between the Reds and the Phillies due to the wonderful stream that I had with Dave Gardner. That game will be tonight now. The Cincinnati Reds taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. And so we'll watch that game tonight after some NFL football. So we'll get to watch that. Reds and Phillies tonight. It is Frank Pastore going up against Shane Rawley for payoff pitch. Tomorrow on Inside Pitch, it's the 1985 championship game, and we'll find out who that is as soon as this game, of course, is over. It'll be the Reds either going to Toronto or New York. Leading off for the Blue Jays will be Damaso Garcia here in the bottom of the fifth. Pitch from Fernandez, 1-3. That's a walk chance. The 12 is too high. Garcia gets the swing, 5-5, flies out center field, out number 1. Next up is Lloyd Mosby. The Mets made the 77 one-and-gone semifinal, but lost that game in my last one-and-gone. This is the second straight tournament the Mets have made it to the semifinal. And that 77 Mets team, I'm really shocked it got that far. Fernandez pitch, 6-4, strikeout plus 10, and that 20 got him. Mosby is an 11, but with a plus 10 makes it a 21, and he gets him. Struck him out. And that is strikeout number 5 for Fernandez. Next batter is Orge. Orge is 2 for 2. Fernandez has not gotten him out yet. Pitch from Fernandez, 4-5 against the righty. That's a walk plus 10, and that 11 is good. Orge reaches base for the 3rd time in the game. 2 for 2 with a 1,000 on base percentage. The batter is Bell. Strat roll says a 20. Fernandez has a good chance at a pickoff. He throws, and it's a 13, and Orge is safe. 2 outs, infield is normal. Fernandez will pitch 1-1 against a righty. That is an automatic out. That 20 will not be a strikeout. So we roll, and it's going to be a fly out to right, and the inning is over. The Blue Jays only get a walk at the end of 5, still 3-1 Mets. We got a good one going on here. Don't go away. We go to the top of the 6th. Leading off for the Mets is the Straw. Strawberry's 0 for 2. 2 loud flyouts. Pitch from Alexander. And that's a 2-6. That is a possible home run with a question mark. Strawberry's a lefty, a 1-14. That's a 9. That is good. And you go to Strawberry, it's a 20 against the righty. Say goodbye. Kablooey. That ball is hit high. That ball is deep. That ball is gone. Darryl Strawberry sends it out of here. Home run. Darryl Strawberry has a 20 against rights and left, and it's pretty much, if that clears, it does, and a 1-14 was good enough, and I do not have to roll the die because a 20 is automatic. 4-1 Mets. Darryl Strawberry gets a hold of it. Alexander pitches him a basketball, and Strawberry just slam dunks it out of here. And here's George Foster as CP Tony Cards and Dice TV joins us here at Exhibition Stadium. And he was just here to see Strawberry hit it out. Here's George Foster. Foster is 1 for 2. Pitch from Alexander. 1-1, strikeout chance. That 14 is too high. Foster gets the swing. 2-3, fly out center field. And that's out number 1. Here's Johnson. Second home run that Strawberries hit in this tournament. Alexander will pitch. That's a 1-2, possible error on the grounder. Johnson swings 2-1 against a righty. That's a single in past the shortstop. And that's Fernandez. His error rating is a 10. And that's a 2. Tony Fernandez just committed his third error of the game. And since it's a single, Johnson winds up on second on the error. Base hit and an E6. That's an extra one base. That's an extra one base error, and Johnson goes to second. Third error on Fernandez. And that is the fifth error on the Blue Jays. And for the first time in Inside Pitch, I have a team that committed 5 errors in a game. Third error on Fernandez, and allows Johnson to go to second with 1 out. And here's Rafael Santana. Infield will stay normal. Still rolling Strat. Alexander gives Tony Fernandez a very, very bad-looking stare. Alexander goes to Tony and says, "Really, man? Really? Did you forget how to play shortstop?" Johnson on its second. We'll roll a Strat. Strat roll says a 10. There's no play. Alexander will pitch. 6-5. Strikeout chance. 9 too high. Santana swings. 5-6. It's a single past third base. It is a base hit. Johnson's base running rating is a 3, and it needs to be a 5 in order to score, so he will go to third and hold there. And Santana is on first. Runners at the corners with 1 out. And the batter is Danny Heap. Infield goes halfway. Actually, no. Actually, let me see if I want to do that. Danny Heap's ground ball double play rating is a 5. Alexander, that's an automatic 5 on a double play. The infield is going to stay normal and try to play, and so they can avoid a range play with 1 out. So it's up to Danny Heap with runners at the corners. Strat roll says a 3. No play. Santana has a hit, can only go on a hit and run, and that 3 is too high. Alexander will pitch to Heap. And that's a 2-1. Hit by pitch. That 13 is too high. Heap will swing. Can Heap get a hit? 5-4 against the righty. No, it's a ground ball to first. It's a grounder to first on a 5-4. So, double play rating is a 5. On a ball hit to first base, the second baseman is pivot, which is Garcia. A 1-5, they turn the double play and get out of the inning. If it's a 6, a run scores. It's a 5, they got it. It's a 5, they got it, and that will do it. 3-6-3 double play, inning over. Wow, he grounded right into what the Blue Jays wanted to do. But the Mets do get a run on 3 hits and another error. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 4-1 Mets. As the Blue Jays are making errors, but the Mets are really not capitalizing on them. Sid Fernandez can pitch to 4 more batters before he gets tired as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Rance Mullenix leads off for Toronto. He's 1 for 2. Pitch from Fernandez. That's a 3-6 against the lefty. Strikeout chance, 15 too high. Mullenix swings, 5-5. That's a fly ball to center field, but that is a 1, and that's going to be a strikeout. Strikeout number 6 for Fernandez on the special K. Next batter is Upshaw. Upshaw is 1 for 2. He doubled in the second. Pitch from Fernandez, 2-1. Range play. Upshaw swings, 4-1. That's a star 5. It's a fly ball to center field. That is Wilson. Wilson's range is a 4. He can't get it. Base hit. And is that a single or a double? That's a single. Upshaw on it first. 1-4, and Wilson can't make the play. Single for Upshaw. Tough play by Mookie Wilson, but couldn't get it there in time. And here's the catcher, Ernie Witt. Runner on first, infield halfway. Strat roll, I'm still rolling. That's a 1. Upshaw's got a good chance to steal. 2 + 1 is 3. 11. A 10 + 1 is 11. Carter's a 0. You're down by 3 runs, and a 55% chance to steal second base is too low. I will take off the steal, and I will let Witt hit. Pitch from Fernandez. That's a 4-1. And against the lefty, that's a blank. Witt swings, 2-5. And that's a fly ball to left field. That's out number 2. Upshaw has to hold. And the batter now is Jesse Barfield. Still rolling a strat. And that is a 15, no play. Fernandez will go ahead and pitch. Infield normal. Fernandez, 2-2. That's a home run with a question mark. Against a lefty, it's a 1-4. That's a 13. It's too high, so it's a blank. And that was close because Barfield would have probably hit it out. Pitch to Barfield, though. He gets the swing. 6-3. It's a star 5. It's a fly ball to center field, but it's a 5. It's a special K against the right-handed batter. He struck him out. Strikeout number 7 for Fernandez, and the inning is over. At the end of 6, still 4-1. No runs on a hit. We go to the top of the 7th. Alexander, he is got 4 batters before he becomes tired. Mookie Wilson leads off for the Mets. They got 2 switch hitters and a lefty. I think Alexander will stay out there. The Blue Jays are down 4-1, but really not because of Alexander. 5 errors in the game for the Jays. The Mets have none. And yet it's only a 4-1 game. Alexander will pitch. And that's a 4-5. Against the switch hitting left, that's a walk chance, and he walks Wilson. And Wilson is on base, and that's not who you really want on base if you're the Jays. Next batter is Backman. Backman is 0 for 1, but he's reached base twice on 2 errors. Infield halfway. Strat roll says a 19. No play. Backman bunted the last time. He's got a bunt rating of 5. He bunted the last time, and that's one of the reasons why he got on base with an error. The bunt attempt is available for Backman. And I'm going to bunt him. Got a very good bunt rating, so we're going to do the bunt. Pitch from Alexander. And that's a 6-4. That is a blank. He's not tired. And now we roll for the bunt. The bunt goes to the first baseman, and that is Upshaw. It's hit to first. That is a 5, and that's going to be a successful sacrifice bunt. Wilson moves over to second. The only play was to get Backman 1 out. But Wilson is in scoring position. SH3. And now the batter is Keith Hernandez. 1 out. Big run in scoring position. A base running rating of a 5 should score Wilson unless it's a ball hit to show, unless it's a single to the third. I'm sorry, no, that'll score him a base running of a 5 will score Wilson on anything, pretty much. Am I rolling a strat? The answer is yes. That's a 19. Hernandez is no play. Alexander will pitch. That's a 6-4, and that is a blank. He's not tired, not yet. And it's a 5-1 for Hernandez. It's a ball hit to right field that is a 7, and against the righty, that's a double for Keith Hernandez. Hernandez gets his 3rd hit of the game, a double. Mookie Wilson races home without a problem. He will score. It's 5-1 Mets. Keith Hernandez gets a big RBI double, and he'll go to second base. The batter is Gary Carter. That's going to be all for Alexander. He will come out. The Blue Jays will go to the pen. And coming on to pitch for the Jays will be Jim Acker. 7-2, 10 saves, 3.23 ERA. Acker can pitch to 6 batters. 5-1 Mets. Hernandez on second base. Here is Carter. Carter is 0 for 3. 1 out. And no strat roll. Strat is now taken off. It's now 11 is the number. And Acker does not have a pickoff play. Acker's pitch, 2-3 against the righty. Strikeout chance. 6 gets Carter. He gets him. Carter's a 6, and that is a 6. Carter goes down on strikes. He's 0 for 4. And now 2 down. And here is Darryl Strawberry. Strawberry hit the home run last time up. He's 1 for 3. Fans here at Exhibition Stadium not liking it. Acker knows he's got to be careful with Strawberry. Hernandez on its second. Here's the pitch from Acker. 1-6. That's a range play at the park. Exhibition Stadium. 4-1. That's a star 6. It's a ground ball to short. The ball is hit to Fernandez. His range is a 3. The infield is normal. Does he make the play? Yes, he does. Fernandez makes this one, and he'll throw to first to get the out and end the inning. 1 run for the Mets on a hit. 7th inning stretch. 5-1 Mets. But this ball game is not over yet. CP Cards and Dice going crazy in the chat, as he should. As you just noticed, I'm playing inside pitch. That's right. Bottom of the 7th inning. Fernandez is tired. I'm going to keep him out there a little while longer. And the leadoff batter for the Blue Jays is Tony Fernandez, and he's had a rough game. Tony Fernandez is 0 for 1, but he has committed 3 errors in this game. He's had it rough, but with a 289 average, he's going to bat. Fanomatic joins us today at Exhibition Stadium. Good to see you here, my friend. Fernandez will pitch to Fernandez. Fernandez is tired. But we'll see what he can do. He's pitching a good game. He's only given up 1 run. Pitch from Fernandez. 6-3 against the switch hitter. That's a right. That's a switch hitter, a right switch. That is an automatic out. It's a star 5, and he flies out to center. 1 down. But don't count out this Blue Jay lineup. It is good. Here's Garcia. Garcia will bat. Pitch from Fernandez. 4-5 against a righty. That's a walk plus 10, and that will allow Garcia to walk. Garcia trots down to first on a walk, and now that will take out Fernandez. Actually, no. No, Fernandez will stay in there. No, actually, no, he will come out. No, that's it. Sid Fernandez will come out. He pitched good. Garcia on base. The leadoff batter for the next batter for the Blue Jays is Mosby. Coming on to pitch for the Mets. Who we bring on for the Mets here? Who do we pitch for the Mets? Mosby's a lefty. I know I got a Roscoe, but it's only the 7th inning. Screw it. Let's do it. Screw it. Let's do it. Jesse Orosco will come on and pitch. Eight and 6, 17 saves, a 2.73 ERA. Jesse Orosco did give up a home run in the last game he pitched, although the Mets were still able to hold the win. 1 out, infield is halfway. No strat. Orosco will pitch to Mosby. That's a 3-5. That's a strikeout chance. 9 gets him. Jesse Orosco strikes out Mosby. Struck him out. Or as I like to say, that was a strikeout. And he gets Mosby. And now Garth Orge. 2 outs now. Orge has been a pain in the butt. He is 2 for 2. He's reached base all 3 times. Jesse Orosco will pitch to Orge. Garcia on it first. Orge at the plate. 2 outs. Pitch from Orosco. 4-1. That's a walk chance. The 11 is too high. Orge gets the swing. 3-5. It's a fly ball center field. Wilson will make the catch. And the inning is over. Nothing for the Blue Jays except a walk. It is still 5-1 in favor of the Mets. We go to the top of the 8th. Leading off for the Mets is George Foster. Foster is 1 for 3. Acker will pitch to him at least. Acker has 4 batters before he gets tired. Here's the pitch from Acker. And that is a 2-6. It's a blank. Foster gets the swing. 3-5. Fly ball left field. That's out number 1. Catch is made by Bell. Here's Howard Johnson. He'll bat from the left side. Johnson having a good game. He's 2 for 3 and got an extra base on an error. Acker's pitch to Johnson. That's a 3-3 strikeout chance. 20 is too high. Johnson swings, and that's Suadice. I got to re-roll. Johnson swings 2-1, and against a righty, it's a single right past shortstop. That's a base hit for Johnson. 3rd hit of the game for Hojo. He'll hold it first. And the batter is Rafael Santana. Santana is 1 for 2, reached on base on an error. Checking the bench. Want to know if I want to make a change here. Got to go by most at bats since it's the 8th inning. No, I'll let Santana hit. Santana actually was pretty average hitter in 85. No strat roll. Here's the pitch from Acker. And that is a 2-3. And against the righty, that's a strikeout chance. The 13 is too high. Santana gets the swing. 1-4. It's a star 4. It's a ground ball to third. The infield, of course, is automatically halfway. Ground ball, double play, 2. Nothing from Acker. +1 is a 3. Second baseman Garcia, no adjustment. A 1-3, they turn it. It is a 3, and they do. Third base to second base to first base. Double play, inning over. No runs and a hit for the Mets. It's still 5-1. George Bell will lead off for the Blue Jays in the bottom of the 8th. Jesse Orozco has 4 batters he can pitch to. There's also a couple of lefties. Orozco will stay out there. He'll pitch to Bell. Roger McDowell ready to go, if necessary. Orozco will pitch, and that is a 5-6. That's at the park. Exhibition Stadium says 5-5, and that's going to be a fly ball to right field, caught by Strawberry, out number 1. Next batter is Mullenix. Mullenix will hit. Bats .295. Mullenix is 1 for 3. Orozco will pitch, and that's a 4-3. That's a blank. Mullenix gets to swing. 3-1. Single past Fernandez at first base. Base hit for Mullenix. The Blue Jays get a man on. Second hit of the game for Mullenix. And here's Willie Upshaw. He bats .275. He will hit. Infield goes halfway. No strat roll. Orozco will pitch. And that's a 1-4. Strikeout chance. 3 gets Upshaw. He struck him out. First strikeout for Orozco. 2 outs now. And here is Ernie Witt, and he will hit at .245. This will be Orozco's last batter. He will be tired after Witt. Infield goes back to normal. Mullenix on first. There is no strat roll. Orozco will pitch. And that is a 3-4. Strikeout chance. 15. He got him. Struck him out. 15. No adjustment from Exhibition Stadium. That's a 15. He gets Ernie Witt. And the inning is over. No runs and a hit for the Blue Jays. At the end of 8, it is 5-1. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Danny Heap is the leadoff batter. Acker coming out. The Blue Jays will go to the pen. It's the 9th inning, so they will just go to their best reliever. And that will be Tom Henke. 3-3, 13 saves, a 2.02 ERA. Henke can pitch to 5 batters. His job is very simple. Keep it a 5-1 game. Danny Heap will lead off for the Mets. He bats .280, and he's a lefty. He will bat. Top of the 9th. Henke's pitch. 4-1. Strikeout chance. 22 high. Heap gets the swing. 1-5. Star 6. Fly out to center. That's out number 1. And here's Mookie. Mookie Wilson is 1 for 3, singled and walked and scored twice in this game. And he will bat against Henke. Henke with the pitch. 1-4, strikeout chance. 15 is too high. Wilson gets the swing. 2-4, star 4. It's a ground out to second base. That's out number 2. And here's Backman. Backman will hit. He bats .273. Backman he's 0 for 2, but he reached base twice and sacrificed once. Henke will pitch to Backman. It's a 6-3 against the switch hitter left. That's a home run chance. Against the left switch, a home run chance, but Backman against the righty is a 1. That's a 16. No homer for Backman. How I wish that was Strawberry. Here's the pitch from Backman, though. He does get the hit. 6-1. It's a star 1, and he flies out to center. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Henke. Still 5-1 Mets as John West joins us here at Exhibition Stadium. Will we see some 9th inning magic? The leadoff batter for the Blue Jays is Barfield. Orozco is coming out. They got a switch hitter and 2 righties coming up. And coming on to try to close the game out will be McDowell. 6-5, 17 saves, 2.83 ERA. Roger McDowell comes out for the Mets, and he will pitch to Barfield. Barfield will hit at .289. Bottom of the 9th inning. Can the Blue Jays get some magic here at Exhibition Stadium? Pitch from McDowell, a 4-2. That's at the park. Exhibition Stadium says 3-2, and it's a fly ball to left field. Caught by Heap, out number 1. Next batter is Tony Fernandez. He had a rough game, but at batting a .289, he will hit, and he's a switch hitter, so Fernandez will bat. Blue Jays had a very good starting lineup. McDowell will pitch to Fernandez. Pitch from McDowell, 5-4 against the lefty. That is a blank. Fernandez gets to swing. 4-5. It's a star 6. It's a ground ball to short. Throw goes to first, out number 2. The Mets are 1 out away from playing the Reds in the championship game. And here's Damaso Garcia. Last chance for the Jays. Garcia batted .282. He will hit. 2 outs. Fans here at Exhibition Stadium hoping for a better chance, for a miracle. McDowell looking to say there won't be any miracles here in north of the border. Pitch from McDowell. It's a 2-1 strikeout chance. The 20 is too high. Garcia gets the swing. 1-5. It's a ground ball to third. Johnson's up with it. Pumps once, pumps twice, throws to first. That's your game. Mets knock out the Blue Jays 5-1. They advance to the one and gone championship game. METS, 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 Mets. Final line score coming up. For the New York Mets, 5 runs on 10 hits, no errors. For the Blue Jays, 1 run, 6 hits, and 5 errors. Yes, you heard me. 5 errors. 3 of them on Tony Fernandez, 1 of them on the catcher, Ernie Witt, and 1 on the third baseman, Garth Orge. 5 errors. The Mets maybe should have blown this team out, but I'll take the 5-1 lead. Sid Fernandez gets the win. Doyle Alexander takes a very hard luck loss. and there is no save. Which means tomorrow it will be the Cincinnati Reds taking on the New York Mets. We have an all-National League championship game coming up. So all the Reds fans, get ready. I'll need you guys to see what you guys want to do against the Mets. It will be Tom Browning for the Reds and Dwight Gooden for the Mets, as the number one pitchers always pitch in the championship game. And tonight, the Reds again are on board as they will take on the Philadelphia Phillies. So the one and gone championship game tomorrow, Reds at the Mets at Shea, should be fun. Bears Den, John West, Phanomatic, CP Cards and Dice, Bears Den, Dave Gardner. Thank you all for joining me here for this exciting matchup. We'll see you guys later for some more baseball. Until then, stay safe, healthy, smart, and strong, and I'm glad you enjoyed the game. Mets over the Blue Jays, 5-1. Reds versus Mets championship game tomorrow. Be there or be square. Take care, everyone. See you guys later.